Okay, so this is Lady. She is 4 years old. Her date of birth is June the 10th, 2020. Her breeder stated that he was planning on keeping her, but he had some buyers come and just begged to buy her, so he decided to sell her. After he sold her, or before she left his place, the buyers paid him to put 45 days on her. And so, with that being said, she stayed with those people for approximately 8 months. I think it was 8 or 9 months. And then they had her listed for sale. So at the time, we planned on keeping her, and we purchased her on April 24th, and we planned on keeping her for riding and breeding. But since then, we've had some changes in our plans, and so that is why we have her for sale. We are not going to be breeding as many horses or mares as we had planned, and we don't have the time to ride as much as we would like. So I feel like since she's so young, she just has awesome potential to become an excellent horse. So we are just kind of testing her out. This is actually today, Monday, July 22nd. We listed her for sale and realized that we needed a little more information on her to provide to others. And we want to be as transparent as possible. So you can see here that she doesn't spook or have any major issues with the saddle blanket or pad and or the saddle. Well, the girth kind of scared her there. But other than that, everything just goes really smooth with her. She, based off of what we can see after tonight, she's basically just doesn't have enough skills. She just doesn't have enough training yet. So she's very gentle. She's very calm. Here she was like kind of interested and worried about another horse that she is buddied up with. But we were able to get her attention and keep her attention throughout this little session or lesson. But this is the first time that anyone has been on her back in, I would say, at least a year. So she was trained just 30 to 45 days when she was a 3-year-old, and now it's a year later, and it's kind of like she doesn't seem overly worried, but she just doesn't quite know or understand what's going on. So I don't know how extensive her training is. I see quite a few gaps in it, so I don't know if it was rushed or if there was just a specific expectation made during that time frame. But anyway, her training didn't get finished or polished, of course. So here we are, and you can just watch the video to see how things are going with her as far as just her assessment writing. This is not how we would start a horse. This is not how we would train a horse. But we had to kind of expedite some of the steps involved to see what she is capable of, and also to assess how she is with a little bit of pressure. I know this is a lot all at once. And again, like I said, when we train or start a horse, we do not go through all of these steps in one session. There's a lot more groundwork, desensitizing, and then we move on to this type of stuff with them. But we had to kind of just see how she would handle it. And honestly, I'm pretty surprised and impressed with how she did. So some of her basic just ground handling skills are even a little poor. You can see here that she doesn't give to the pressure in her halter very well. her backing up is a little just kind of slow processing, but she doesn't get upset. So I feel like she's a really, really actually a calm-tempered horse. I think that she is a smart horse, and it's just going to take some time. So that is something we don't have a lot of, and unfortunately, we've had to make a really hard decision. I've been back and forth with this several times, and we've decided that we are going to put her up for sale, but we're going to be very picky about the home that she goes to. I want it to be a solid home, somebody who is going to give her the time that she deserves. I will not entertain any kind of offers from horse traders, horse flippers, wheeler dealers, anything along those lines. So I really want to find someone for her that is just a solid, ready for their next horse, and she be their heart horse. What you can see here is that Todd is just trying to figure out exactly, does she know any steering? She seemed to be giving a little bit to leg pressure and cues, but again, it is always different. Not knowing how much she knows, not knowing how the original trainer worked with her, all of those types of things. So there's just a lot of confusion going on here through this whole little lesson, and that's okay. Nothing damaging was done and nothing crazy was accomplished, here. It was just literally, let's take it easy, let's take it slow, let's be careful and figure each other out and find out exactly what's what here. We did switch from using just the halter to putting in a snaffle O-ring type bit, something very smooth, gentle, just to put something in her mouth. She did not chew and chomp on it a lot. You can see she kept getting her tongue a little bit on top, but nothing too major. She did take the bridle well, but again, we move slow, we work patient, we don't aggressively come at the horses. We make sure that they have some time to smell the tack, to see what we're doing. I can't reiterate that enough. People move so quickly on horses, and some of them are just way more sensitive than others. And I feel like as horsemen and women, we need to take more time whenever we are grooming, saddling, bridling, all of those steps involved with your horse. I hate it when I see people kind of just, excuse me, like slam bam type of training, and that's just not my thing. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Again, this is Lady, and we are making the difficult decision to put her up for sale, but an approved home will be a must.